Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee meeting. Today is September 15th, 2025. We have a quorum, and I call this meeting to order with the first order of business is to get an approval and a second for the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All right. Motion from Miss Felicia and a second from Miss Mary Jane. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we'll get right into it, Kathy. This is something we do every year. We've been talking about it since January, and the time is amongst us.
All right, Fall Festival this Saturday, September 20th. Parade starts at 10 here at City Hall, ends at Veterans Park where the festival is. Marty Luffman is the Grand Marshal. Immediately after the parade, we'll do the welcome comments in the front parking lot with the national anthem, which will be performed by the Laverne High School Choir. That's about 11:15. We did, Laverne High School Band is going to do a performance at noon in the front island at the front parking lot this year. Senior Center Choir will do a performance at 11:30. At Pavilion A, we've got the animal shows back, ventriloquist show. Life Flight will be on the football field from noon to 2, as long as they don't get any calls. We've added a few more family activities this year. We'll take both fields 1 and 4 and the front parking lot, part of it, and we'll have the trackless train back in that back walking path again this year as well.
So we're not going to be doing the announcements from the stage or anything?
There will be a stage up at the front parking lot area. It's a
gooseneck trailer
Thank
that's going to be decorated with some banners.
right.
But it's going to have the PA system hooked up on top of that, and all the opening announcements will be off of that.
And then that's where the choir will perform as well.
And I will be the elephant in the room, David. McGowan, how's the weather looking for Saturday?
Looks amazing. It's going to be a wonderful day. Bring your water because it's going to be hot. No chance of rain whatsoever. We might wish for a little rain to cool us off, but
It's gonna be 90 degrees, isn't it?
I think we'll be fine. Hope so. Hey, well, at least we didn't plan no dumpster drop off at the senior center.
Hey, it did really well, actually.
I saw pictures of it and it
Well,
was a good turnout.
I'm not going to tell you how much we raised here in this forum, but I will tell you afterwards. So there's nothing on the football field this year?
Life Flight will be on the football field
Life
this year.
Flight.
Correct.
Okay. Is,
The only objection that I had is when I walked into where the stands were. Of course, they asked if you wanted to ride and stuff like that, and I said no. And he said, well, you can give a donation. I did not like that at all.
Where's that at?
At the carnival. When we had the carnival,
Yeah, that's an independent contractor from, so all they do is come provide a
okay.
service to the city.
I guess my mind went straight out. I thought you was talking about Life Flight.
I did
oh,
too.
no,
Huh?
no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, that's
Was anybody there with me on that? Okay, I was.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. I'm back on track now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, I guess I want to ask, because I always enjoy it, is Mr. Fergus going to be there?
He is. He is going to be up near the petting zoo and Pavilion A side this year.
So his location's going to be right behind basically the playground swings, and
Yeah.
right at the entrance into the football field where the playground's at.
You'll be busy.
I'm
Yep.
gonna
Yes.
beat you to it.
You'll have a very visible site this year. So he should run out very quickly, so I would advise getting your beans early.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I can't really think of anything. We got quite a few entrants.
For the parade, we do Marty Luffman's part of a car club, so he's got several of his members that will be in the parade with him as well.
What about, I caught a little scuttlebutt at the Wings of Freedom thing the other day. There's gonna be a lot of politicians
I have a few registered, not too many so far.
Wow.
this year, next year. Does anybody else have any questions? Mr. Oliver, I know you do.
No.
No? No questions, Felicia? All right. Well, we will move on. Goblins and Goodies.
All right, so that is October 25th at Veterans Park as well. It is noon to 3. The zombie dance is going to be at Pavilion A, starting at 1:30 this year. We'll also do the contest up under Pavilion A. We'll announce the winners at the costume contest. We'll announce the winners at 2 p.m. And we've got age groups are 4 and under, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, and 15 and up. And they will receive gift cards for first, second, and third place. And registrations are currently open, and we've received maybe about 15 to 20 registrations so far.
So it's from noon till 3?
Noon to 3 is the whole event, and then we'll start the zombie dance under Pavilion A around 1:30.
Is that the way we usually do it?
We've done it that way the past couple of years.
Yeah.
We found that when we do the zombie dance separate in the evening, a lot of people will leave and go home and they don't come back. So we try to incorporate it all in while they're still there.
And Felicia's in charge of getting us plenty of candy at the city tent. Is that correct?
Have not heard anything.
Well, you know it is. That's always a fun time. I enjoy that. So many kids show up. I guess we'll start advertising that to death here shortly. I don't have any questions. Anybody have any?
I don't either.
All right, it's pretty cut and dry. Now, I'm going to ask David again. David, Veterans Day, what's the weather going to be?
Well, I think the last several days we've moved it here to the boardroom, so we didn't have to fight the weather. So I think we're in good shape on that day too.
So we're going to go ahead and have it here again?
Yeah, several years ago,
I remember.
city observed it as a holiday also, so most of our attendants were other city employees and departments. And then we were fighting the weather every year, and it's just easier to do it here in the boardroom.
I was just messing with you, David. Kathy, go ahead.
Oh, so it is at 11 a.m. on November 11th here in the boardroom at City Hall. The Laverne High School Color Guard will present the colors. I have one guest speaker confirmed, which is Major Harris with Laverne High School JROTC. Mia Logan will sing the national anthem, and Donna Arsenal with Rolling Thunder will play the taps again this year.
Is that young lady that sang last year?
No, Mia Logan is actually somebody who ran the Howl at the Moon 5K and came up to us during the race and offered her services for the events for National Anthem. So she is confirmed to sing at Veterans Day.
Nice. Yeah, it's a crapshoot on that day for that weather, boy. I remember them days. And I guess the only question I have, we're going to have some good donuts and coffee that morning.
Every year.
Huh?
Yes, we are.
Every year.
Any questions? And then the next one, Blue Cross Healthy Places Grant. Who is that?
I guess that's me. I may follow on Andrew to tag team in a little bit, but what you guys have in front of you is a packet supplied through Blue Cross of Tennessee. So over the past several years, they've been donating or allotting about $10 million a year for playgrounds to communities. It's a turnkey grant. You can either pick your design or they have some prefab designs. We've chosen this one. It's a design we picked several years ago, so we did put in for that grant. It's 100% grant turnkey. There will be some, if we are awarded that grant, there will be some cost to the city, but minimal compared to what we would get in the long run. The grant deadline, it closed on September 1st, and hopefully we will know something by the end of this year. December, the end of December is usually their deadline to notify if we've gotten it or not.
You all put out a survey or something about this. How'd that go?
It went well, and that was part of the grant requirements. You had to have community input, and we have not updated ours in a couple of years. We requested letters from you guys also. So I think all of our bases were covered. We pretty much had everything. We had a preliminary site plat sent in, some videos, pictures of the area. So hopefully we'll get it. We're keeping our fingers crossed. I think we got a good shot. A lot of communities around us have gotten it. Hate to see us left out.
So I got a couple questions. Is location?
Location is in the general area of the new Public Works Development Center. If you go to the roundabout and you're heading towards the boat ramp, as soon as you pass the roundabout, before you hit that first property right there, that residential property, the city owns all that land. There's about a 2-acre flat piece right there. That's where we're proposing to put this. Ideally, we would like to have these sidewalks joined back in at the roundabout, and on down Stones River Road, there's an existing sidewalk to tie back into the sidewalk and the walkway that's there at the Public Works building now. So our vision is to put this in that vacant spot and have it all kind of tie together, and then at the crosswalk at the roundabout, you would still be able to access the greenway. And if we ever do proceed with extending the greenway from that roundabout spot to the boat ramp, it'll give us access to that area also.
And it says on here, and this is a big if, I know, but if this goes through as planned, and we hope it does, do you see a splash pad?
I do not see a splash pad on this. Now, they did have a design that incorporated a splash pad, or you could pick and choose a la carte. It was just easier for us to go without a splash pad because once this came out several years ago, I think we first applied for it in 2021. Be honest with you, we got so beat up about proposing a splash pad before, and this was an option without one, that we decided to go this route. I think there's a whole lot more moving parts in the splash pad. You got to figure out how you're going to recycle that water. And from what we had learned when we were proposing a splash pad 5, 7, 8 years ago, that our neighboring cities their pumps were constantly breaking down. And there was only 1 or 2 manufacturers that produced the parts for those pumps, and a lot of times they would be down for several months. So we'd love to see a splash pad at some point. It's just not part of our vision for this playground here.
So I didn't know that. So those splash pads, like the one in Smyrna, they have a pump system
Yes,
that
sir.
refurbishes?
It recycles their water.
Really?
There's one in Mount Juliet. The one in Smyrna, I believe their parts were manufactured in Canada, and at that time when they had a part go down or a seal go down, it had to come directly from the manufacturer, and there was a backlog, and they had a hard time getting their parts.
That was a lot of pumps.
I didn't know that.
We had that with a lot of pumps.
Interesting.
But that was an option on some of theirs. Henry Horton Park has a splash pad I don't know if it's as much a splash pad as it is ground jets, but they were a recipient of this grant years ago, probably 4 years ago. So we think it's a good possibility. We've got a good location. We had great community input, and to us, it's a no-brainer. I think it'd be perfect in that area. Largest subdivision in Tennessee, 3rd largest in the United States. You're servicing a whole lot of people out there in that area.
How far is it up off of Stones River?
There would be road frontage on Stones River. If you come around the roundabout, and don't go towards Lake Forest, but come back like you're going towards the boat ramp, that first property right there is the Pardue property. The city owns from his property to the right, back to the roundabout. So actually, we would put it in that vacant area there, and it would almost butt up to the existing Public Works facility now.
That, there's a house between that and that pond, isn't there?
Yes.
So
There's a log cabin.
Yeah, that's, and I know the people, so that Greenway portion thing can't go any farther than their property, can it?
Well, I think there's a sidewalk that comes out, that leads back to the new Public Works facility now, along Stones River Road, before you hit their property. So before you hit that log home property, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
the
so,
sidewalk is.
so where the pond is from our property, from the new Public Works building, there's probably an 8-foot wide concrete path. The city's envisioning tying in a sidewalk from this location, we're proposing the playground, down to the existing constructed concrete path that Public Works developed when that building was built recently. So you'd be able to basically do a big loop around the entire facility, and it also ties back into the roundabout.
And it's generally right there, I think it may be on the other side of the old fire admin building, right there off Stones River Road to the right.
And it's pretty flat, so we wouldn't have a whole lot of grade work, would we?
Well, it will require some grade work, because I think for this has to be maybe 1% or 1.5% grade site ready. But the city was in the process of already doing some other work out there to flatten some more stuff. So I think we can add this in there. Whether we get this grant or not this time, if we go ahead and prepare the site, which they were gonna do anyway, or they were gonna do some work in that area. So it would cost some, but it'd be minimal because your crew's already there. So if we don't get it this year and we're site ready next year, we have a better opportunity. Not saying we have a bad opportunity, because according to the grant, the site had to be ready by second quarter next year, and I think that's very doable for us.
So you feel pretty good that we might get it this time, or is it just hard to say?
I feel great about it, just because I think we've dotted all the i's and crossed all the t's and gave them way more information than they needed. Like I said, it's hard to dispute the largest subdivision in the state of Tennessee. You know, there's over 3,000 homes back there. We need this. This would be it's a perfect location. It would tie into our greenway. It would tie into an existing walking trail. It's a quarter of a mile from the dog park. It's in walking distance of, probably 1,500 homes back there on the front side of Lake Forest. I feel good about it. I think the staff at the parks did an amazing job in a short amount of time, compiling all the information. I think these three right here stepped up to the plate big time and got the surveys out there, made the necessary contacts. So I feel great about it.
As these pictures, they haven't been posted anywhere, have they? Did I miss it?
I don't think these pictures, well, they're probably on the Blue Cross website.
I mean, like on social media?
I believe there was a post on the park's Facebook page
for the survey
with these photos about the survey, and I think it listed the photos along with that post.
These same ones?
It is, I believe.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking about at least talking about it with the folks, the citizens, at least a ray of hope,
Yeah.
That would be a good job for Miss Molly.
It was posted on, so if you go back August 12th on the park's Facebook page, you should have a link to it.
Yeah, I think you guys should start toying with this ideal.
How do all this mix? I mean, I've heard of the Greenway, the trail and all. How is that gonna, I know it's on the other side of the road, right?
Correct.
When are they gonna do something with that? I mean, how's it all gonna connect?
Hopefully, with next year's city budget cycle, we'll be able to allot some funding for that because it would have to do the engineering cost up front. That is to tie into the existing greenway. We've already got like 3 miles of greenway that starts here and ends at the roundabout, with the main parking lot in the middle of that. So we would have to allot for that. Our vision is to take it down to the boat ramp. So you're talking probably another, was that a mile of
I think
greenway?
it's, I believe
Another
it's
mile.
about 1.2 miles that is proposed for the next extension of the Greenway.
Right.
And as far as tying together, this site would be basically adjacent across the street on Stones River.
Right.
So you would have to cross the crosswalk that currently exists right there at Stones River and the roundabout to get over to the Greenway. But it's basically directly across the street.
Right, yeah, I live back out for there,
Yeah.
yeah, so, yeah, I walk that trail every now and then, so.
There'd have to be some, there'd have to be almost, in my opinion, there'd have to be a caution light put there.
Yeah, there would have to be some additional signage and
Yeah.
lights and maybe a little flashing strobes right there for crosswalks. But
I just wanted to, when they was gonna do something down by the lake, you know?
Well,
They've been saying I've been hearing it's the Corps of Engineers for the last 3 or 4
well,
years.
the
so.
Corps,
They can tie that for you.
the
it's
Corps of
been-
Engineers, I don't wanna talk too much, because some of them might be listening, but, they've not been easy. But now the guy that's over it now is, he's working with us.
Yeah, I think we've made inroads with the Corps of Engineer and TWRA. Now it's just, where's the city gonna come up with a minimum $2 million to put towards this project? Because it's gonna cost every bit of that. The
What was-
engineering alone's gonna be over 400,000.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, the engineering, just to go out there and look at it and draw the plans, and it's gonna cost $400,000. Which that's the part of government that I don't understand. The common sense in my brain tells me I could go out through there with a notepad and tape measure and put some X's on trees and the simple stuff, but unfortunately in government, it simply doesn't work that way. It'd be nice, but
Nothing.
no, nothing. That's why I remember when I ran for office in 18, that was my goal, was to bring common sense. Nope. All right, any more questions? I'm excited about this. So you said we might know something by the end of the year?
We should know something, if we're turned down, we will know by the end of the year. Hopefully, we'll know before that, but generally, the end of this calendar year, you're notified if you're not a finalist.
That would be a great addition, especially for the children in this area.
Well, Blue Cross, what started out as a 2 or 3 year project for them has been extended. So if we can get a $1.5 million playground and all we have to do is be site ready, it's a no-brainer on our end.
Why can't you get a big pump to pump water from the lake up there?
Oh, nasty.
government regulation.
Yeah, government
The
regulation.
government.
Yep.
That definitely would be.
All right, so moving on, I got a couple of things here. I just want to hit on 2 things. First thing is Brookside Park.
They are doing the earthwork right now, so they are actually moving dirt and rearranging some trees, getting some out of the way. So that project's moving right along.
Have you all kept up with that as far as
No.
with the board meetings and
No, Brookside Park, never heard of it,
Brookside?
right.
It's over across the interstate. You come to the 3-way stop across the interstate,
Mm-hmm,
make a right, go down, and there's a little bridge. Are they doing it there, or are they turning on that street and
Turn
then back?
on McCall off of Crothers and go down there to the dead end stop sign and take a right, and it's a little cul-de-sac right there.
Yeah, so there's no parks over there, so we got a grant, and we got some other money, and we approved some more money, and they're putting in some stuff over there, so. So now they're moving along, I guess, so. That's been a while. And my last thing that I wanted to talk about with Andrew, is how is soccer doing?
Well, about a week ago, I spoke with Lance. He's pretty much their regional site director for the YMCA, and he called and just, he wanted to reach out and see if everything was going well on our end, and I told him it was. We haven't had any complaints. I know I've been up there some Friday nights just with events, and the parents have been sitting out there having fun watching their kids. As far as the league, they're excited and they're happy at the moment. He said that couldn't go no better from what they're seeing than what they expected.
Well, I hate to say this, I don't even know where a schedule is. I'd like to go up there, but I don't even know.
So like I said, they practice Thursday, Fridays, and on Saturday, they're not playing this Saturday because of the Fall Festival, but they play their games on Saturday mornings, usually from about 9 to 1. So, and they're all smaller kids. They're usually in the range of 5 to 8-year-olds right now.
And where are they playing?
Veterans Memorial Park, they're using the front baseball complex right now. The fields are painted out on the outfields of the baseball fields, and we set the goals out for them. They have staff that come out and unlock the fields, unlock the bathrooms. They always have a site person on site when they're practicing or playing, and they have a good time. They lock up, put all their stuff up. So it's been a great partnership as far as the city's concerned from what we see.
So they're on the first fields as
First
you go
field.
in. I thought they were going to be on the back.
They were going to be on the back, but a storm hit our lights a few weeks ago. So our ball field lights have been out of service in the back, so we had moved them to the front.
Yeah. We bid that twice and it's fell through both times, so we gotta bid that again.
Well,
People don't. read
I'll
the
excuse,
documents well.
yeah.
Bruce put the bid together and people
And the
do not
Y's
read bid
actually,
documents well.
speaking of soccer, they actually have brought us some of their older kid soccer goals, which we have in the front field right now. They don't have nets on them. They've ordered those. So we have, once we get those and get the nets put on, we're going to have those out in the front field there at Veterans Park. So adults or teenagers can come out and play, even younger kids, but they're the larger kid goals.
Where do you keep them things?
The goals, they're just sitting in the front field right
Or
now.
just stay there?
Yeah. And once we get the nets on them, the kids will move them wherever they want to move them
So-
pretty much.
So I'm assuming they've played, or they've just practiced.
No, they've played.
That's sad, didn't even know it.
They start in August practicing, and then September and October is when they mainly play their games on Saturday mornings.
And can I get a schedule off of the Wise site or
I
something?
will have to follow up with them on that and see.
I think that would be something good to put out on social media. Hey, go watch the kids but I even though I'm the chairman and even vice mayor, you'd think I'd know, but I don't have a clue.
You're in the dark just like everybody else.
Yeah.
They practice on Thursday and Friday nights, and then Saturday mornings they play.
And David's making sure they have good weather.
You know that's right.
So far, so good.
All
Actually,
right.
I think they did cancel a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to promote them on Facebook, even if people are out like on a Saturday morning, don't have nothing to do. Hey, run by and check out how it's going, and But I like I said, I'm ashamed to say it, but I will say it. I don't have a clue. That's terrible. All right, any more questions, comments, concerns from anybody?
I have one about the little park in the back in Lake Forest. I took my niece and her 2 kids back there. There's not much for kids to do back there. The one up there by the little cemetery in the back.
I walk like that.
It's got, well, I think it's the same as any other standard park. It's got, it's got your swing sets and it's got 2 different play areas. It may even have 3 play areas.
It's got two play areas. It's got a 5 to 12 and a 2 to 5 play area. And then, like I said, there's 3 bays of swings out there.
That's why we need to get this.
Yeah,
Yep.
Because when that park was built,
I know.
there's probably been how
That
many homes added
How many?
since then.
20-something
wanna
years
talk about it.
more.
What's that?
I said, we don't even wanna talk about how many homes been added.
We don't want to talk about, we don't want to talk about building that park back there either.
Yeah.
Well, we thought, so we love the word turnkey. When you see this Blue Cross grant and it says turnkey, we love that. Because when we got thrown into
Lot of
building
work
that
on
park
one
out there,
themselves.
Yeah.
it was.
That one was a
it a
lot of
nightmare.
work.
All right, so our next meeting will be November the 17th, so that will be after the Goblins and Goodies, and it will also be after Veterans Day, and I'm assuming by then Kathy will have us a big, long to-do list about upcoming Christmas. I know her and Molly's working on that already, so,
Well, they don't stop working
I know. but
on that stuff.
November 17th at 5 p.m. here in the boardroom. And with that, I will call this meeting adjourned.